My name is Miss Spell. I know it's not a joke. It's really Miss Spell, and I'm not here to teach English, so get the laughs out now. Today I'm going to talk about Charles Spearman, but before I begin, I want you all to think back on some of the film clips that we've watched in this class regarding nature versus nurture, soldier, for example. And I want you to discuss with your neighbors one or two of the bullet points that you had written down. Just kind of go back and recap some of the insights that you had. And I'm going to call on one or two of you to share in a moment. So please do that.
People are genetically disposed to be a certain way.
Till people start thinking about
They wanted to agitate it. Because they chose the baby because he was crying.
Good ones.
They believe that.
And being a good orator.
Which one?
A good orator.
Yeah. And we had to watch that for the
For the persuasion techniques.
Yeah, being good at speaking and getting people riled up.
Yeah. That was in
I think I like that. I don't like this. What was that?
the King's Speech.
I still need to see that. I need to get motivated to see it.
Oh, it's powerful.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, it is powerful.
It's on my list of movies to watch.
Yeah. It's powerful.
You're going to do your
Especially since it came out of nowhere.
And then how we see people teach without we just note that
soldier. Okay.
he had this ability
On that.
Let's play with that next week. Just strengths and power teaching will work right now, Vincent.
I think a lot of times we're latent, which we learned exists, but we can't see that in having parents who do that. Yep.
Oh, why is the red always gone?
Okay, would anyone like to share one of the insights, to volunteer? Which one should we do? Andy?
Well, for nature versus nurture, like what I think it is, basically people are predisposed to be either strong or weak, outgoing or introverted, stuff like that. And then nurture believes that if you can raise people that you would think would be predisposed to be a certain way to go a different route. So parenting matters.
Perfect, very good, exactly what I was looking for. So by the end of this lesson, I hope that you all will understand 3 key points. 1, that IQ is innate in a person. 2, intelligent behavior is a single, unitary quality within the brain. And 3, how is this going to relate to you as teachers? Before I begin, Charles Spearman's theory, I just want to go over some background information about him. He was an English psychologist. He was born in 1863 and died in 1945. He first studied engineering in college and then later went back and got his PhD in psychology. And before I go on, I would like you all to repeat with your partner 2 of those 3 key points that I had asked to be aware of. And if you don't know, that's okay.
Intelligence is innate. IQ comes from IQ is innate. Intelligence comes from a single part or whatever, and we need to know how to use those.
And he was an engineer.
He was an engineer.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Also, with his career, he published General Intelligence Objectivity Determined and Measured in 1904. That was his biggest publication. Other major contributions: he was the father of classical test theory. He was the pioneer of factor analysis, and I want you all to think back from your maybe statistical courses that you've had in the past with factor analysis, where you have 2 factors. You have one that remains the same and the other that varies. He was the father of that, so pretty impactful. And he also discovered the G factor, which I will go more into emphasis in a moment. So I wanted you guys to look at the board, and I put up multiple intelligence versus general intelligence. This is what Spearman believed. He believed that intelligence arises from a single metaphorical entity. and I'll go over multiple intelligence in a moment. So please reteach each other what general intelligence is and what Spearman believes.
Intelligence comes from a specific spot.
In the brain. Is what she's saying.
It's a lot of ways to the brain. Just different parts of it.
Comes from the brain, intelligence does come.
Yeah. Social skill.
Single metaphoric. Yeah.
Very good, class. So he divided the IQ test into two factors. One factor remains the same, and that's the G factor. And the other factor is the variable factor, and he called that the specific factor. And there were a few different findings of the G factor in his studies. He found that the G factor, the one that remains the same, is dominant in operations such as reasoning or learning a new language, but it's not dominant in operations distinguishing one tone from another. So basically the G, it measures mental energy or brain power. So a way to use this as an example, you can compare brain power to horsepower. So say that you have a VW Bug and you have a Lamborghini. They both are going to get from A to B, but one has more horsepower. The sports car is going to be able to get there faster. And there's nothing that you can do to change that. There's no training or anything like that. That car just has more horsepower. Spearman believes the same to be true with the brain. You either have that amount of brain power or you don't. So he really believes in nature, not so much nurture. So as you can imagine, there's probably, there's others that don't believe in this. They believe in multiple intelligence, which is intelligence that differentiates into very specific modalities, not a single ability. And before I finish, I'd like you all to get out a piece of paper that I want you to hand in to me and do an exit ticket. And knowing what you know now, if Spearman's IQ theory is true, what is that going to mean for you as a teacher in the classroom? How are you going to do that? Is that going to change your teaching methods at all? What's that going to mean? And if you have any questions, please let me know. Clarify.
Could you clarify again?
Yes. Okay.
Exit ticket, I know that.
Exit ticket. So if Spearman's theory is true, if general intelligence is true, what is that going to mean for you as a teacher in the classroom? How's that going to affect you in your lesson?